You have 60 seconds to explain the plot of Newsies. Go.
Dude, there's some kids, right? They're crazy. And then there's this big guy, Pulitzer. He's a bad guy. We don't like him. And then, so the kids go on strike because, like, they're poor or whatever. And Pulitzer doesn't like that, so he, like, tries to beat him up or kill him. It's one of the two. Can't really tell. But then they don't get beaten up, and they continue with the strike because they don't like prices because they're poor. Dude, I don't know.
Okay, so you have 60 seconds to explain the entire plot of Newsies. Go.
Newsies of New York give newspapers. Can you stop it?
So, Newsies, it takes place long ago. Women don't have any rights, and there's no internet, so boys have to walk around and hand people pieces of paper that tell them what's going on. And a woman wants to do that, but women aren't supposed to text people, so that's not allowed. And anyway, you find out that the boys aren't being treated very well, so they decide, you know what, we're not going to give people text messages anymore. People's like, no, we can't do that. We need the internet. And so they beat them up. And then eventually they win.
Explain the plot of Newsies in 60 seconds. Go.
Time's ticking. You got 50 seconds, man.
Come on, dude.
Greedy old man make kids sad. Kids don't like that, so they strike.
Woo.
So Jack is a orphan and he is a newsie. The newsies sell newspapers for a living. And Jack and all the other newsies one day, they get to the newsie paper place and then they raise the price of papers. So now the newsies are going on strike, but then they get beaten up and then Jack is like really sad. And then the newsies go to this rally, but then Jack gets paid by Pulitzer, who's the bad guy, to speak against it, and then they all boo him, and then Jack gets motivated to be part of the strike again, and then they go meet with Pulitzer, and then they agree to keep the price at the same place where it was, and that Pulitzer will buy back the papers.
You have 60 seconds to explain the entire plot of Newsies. Go.
Well, there's a bunch of newsies, and Pulitzer has to raise the price because he felt like he wasn't getting enough money. So the newsies go on strike, and at the end they finish the strike and they raise the price back down to where it belongs.
I haven't watched Newsies, but they their prices are raised by like the rich people, and so they go on strike and don't sell anymore. And that's all I about know.
Newsies is about a bunch of kids who sell papes, and they basically go onto a strike because there's this bad guy who doesn't want to lower the price down. So then they just do a bunch of things, and they start fighting, and then at the end of the day, they win.
Jack's stupid, and he's like, oh, money, not have, so he starts a strike. And Davey, he's doing stuff, and they're friends, and they go to territories to get people, but nobody joins. And then they get in a fight, and then people join, and then people do stuff.
Beautiful. You have 60 seconds to explain the entire plot of Newsies. Go.
New York people selling papers, and they are mad about a price, so they strike, and a lot of bad things happen, a lot of betrayal, and at the end, they dance and they have fun. I think I got that.
Basically just some kids, they have to pay extra for the paper that they sell, so they go on strike, so then...
Wow. Explain the plot of Newsies in 60 seconds. Go.
I was not ready for that.
Go.
I don't know. So first there is a
a guy and his friend, and they both live on the streets, and they are best friends, and there's like a bunch of like newsies, and they're all like good friends. And then there is like somebody changes the price of papes, and then they get mad, and then they strike, and then everyone joins together, and then a fight happens, and the main guy feels like giving up, or Jack feels like giving up, and the newsies help him get hope, and then they make things right, and it's all good. So yeah.
Go.
So basically, oh crap, I've never seen Newsies.
You have 60 seconds to explain the entire plot of Newsies. Go.
Oh, okay. So Newsies is about a bunch of kids from the 1920s that are fighting and like striking for better pay and better results, like better compensation for them to make sure that their needs are being met, because most of them are living on the streets and paying for things. And then there's the guy who like writes and like is in charge of the papers, who raise the prices, and it's very hard for them. They either do it or starve, and so they're striking to try to get better pay. And since they're striking, this girl named Catherine is interviewing one of the main ones, which is Jack Kelly, to try to get it so they are a spot and someone in charge knows about it. And in the end, they get better pay, and they get their needs, I guess.
Perfect.
So basically, it's about this band of newsies set in like a town a while ago. I think it's Boston.
So basically, what happens is Jack Kelly, who's the main character, and all of the newsies, who are people like kids who sell papers in like 1920s as a job, they go on strike against Pulitzer because he's like raising the price of newspapers, and then they like fight to get the price lowered, and yeah, they win.
You have 60 seconds to explain the entire plot of Newsies. Go.
Jack and Crutchy start this thing in the prologue. Then we move to Main Street, kind of, in New York, and we are trying Newsies give papers to everyone. No, not give. Try to sell the papers, and the paper district is run by Joseph Pulitzer, and the seller is YSL, and he sells the papers to the Newsies, and then the Newsies sell the papers to the people. But when Pulitzer wants to get greedy, he puts up the price and then makes people, and then he asks, and then the Newsies have to pay 10 cents more, and then it's like a matter of life or death because they don't have enough money, and then they strike, and from the strike, Joseph Pulitzer gets mad, and then they win, and the whole Newsies win, and the thing goes down. Good, yay!